This video is strictly for educational purposes. There's no criticism for any specific individuals. There's no criticism for any church denominations. Change in churches tends to be very slow. In fact, so slow that, in my opinion, it could make watching paint dry or grass grow feel exhilarating. Michael Coren is an Anglican priest, and he's also a Canadian journalist. He wrote an article in 2021 that was in the Globe and Mail. And I'm going to see if I can kind of give a few items from that and then reflect. The article is about same-sex marriages in Canadian Christian churches. There's a bit about the United Church of Canada, but some of the focus is definitely related to the Anglican Church, probably because Michael Coren is Anglican. He starts off noting that same-sex marriages are welcome in some, but not all United Church of Canada congregations. Now I'm going to stop for just a moment and give some information that is not in the article. In 1988, the United Church of Canada voted to allow openly gay and lesbian people to seek ordination as clergy in the United Church of Canada. Over 30 years after that, not every church in the United Church of Canada will perform a same-sex marriage. Many will, some will not. Shifting gears to the Anglican Church in Canada, Michael Coren indicates that after 50 years of debate, the Anglican Church in Canada has come to kind of a local approach, which means some parishes will allow same-sex marriages to take place in the parish and others will not. What does that mean on a practical level? Well, let's say if we had maybe a 15-year-old LGBTQ plus individual in the Anglican Church of Canada back when the discussion was just kind of getting started. That person, say if they were 15 years of age, would be 65 years of age before they might be able to easily find a congregation that would allow them to get married in their beloved Anglican Church. So there are some really moving reasons why LGBTQ plus individuals press hard for changes in churches. In shopping for a new church, I made sure I chose a denomination that had worked its way through that stuff already, so I didn't have to wait for a prolonged period of time, because I didn't feel I had the life left in me to easily wait 30 to 50 years for church change. I understand that for straight people, this pressure they feel to change their theology and their ideas can feel scary and rushed. They may feel like they want things to be the way they are for a long time because that change just does not feel good and it may be a bit threatening. It's easy for many straight people to want to wait because the waiting does not deprive them of any of their historic rights or benefits of being members in churches. Straight people do not have to worry about waiting years, decades, possibly 50 years to be able to know that they will no longer hear someone condemn their sexuality or condemn them to hell in Sunday school or in church. And straight people do not have to worry about waiting for decades to be able to have their marriage take place in a church. I think the exception would be straight people who are activists and who are allies to the LGBTQ plus community. They might be very concerned, but your average rank and file straight person in a church is not likely to be too worried about the time delay that might be required to get denominational policies and doctrine changed. As a general rule, straight people are not having to kind of put their lives on hold for maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years or longer. That just isn't likely to happen for them. And this may be a factor in LGBTQ plus activists in different church denominations coming across maybe as being a little pushy to some people. It's because they understand that the liberty to wait really isn't there for many sexual and gender minority people. In fact, in some cases, LGBTQ plus people may go to their graves waiting for theological change that comes about years after they've died.